All right, welcome to another edition of the Dog and Dave Show. It's myself, Big Dog Chico, and my guy David Talks Buffs on with me. How you doing, Dave? What's going on with me on your side of the world? Tell everybody where you at and how's it
Oh
going.
man, well, today I'm in the lovely city of San Antonio. Been here all week, seeing some family, taking care of some family business. So I'm sure you guys can appreciate, the grandma's setup, man. We got going on here. So, how are you doing this week, big dog?
Oh man, trying to make it work. Just had some construction going on right outside. As soon as I get ready to kick off, but it's all good. As far as the week goes, we've been making it through this week after this loss, and had a couple of good shows as far as on my end with the prime parents and so on.
I
Appreciate the
love
parents
that.
crew, and we got more to come also. So y'all stay tuned on that. Get in the comments. Let me know where you're checking in from. This is a Dog and Dave show once again. We're going to discuss Oregon State, of course. Um, Well Off Media posted, of course, Coach Prime tells the team that losing is not an option. And Kirk Franklin stopped by. So that's another celebrity stopping by. And it was also said Kirk Franklin and Shadur are going to do a song together. Kirk Franklin going to jump on the Shadur song called Perfect Timing. So we'll see how that works out.
I love it. I love it. I was wondering if Kirk Franklin was ever going to show up. So we need a good word. We need some good mojo going into this game for sure. And I think Kirk Franklin can definitely get our spirits up. That's for sure.
He's that guy to do it. Coach Prime put him in his top, what was it, his top three? Coach Prime put him in. Well, this is not that right there, but he put him in his top three with performers or entertainers with Michael Jackson, Kurt Franklin, and MC Hammer. So y'all let
Let's
us know
go.
what you think about that. Who are y'all top three performers ever, entertainers ever? Put them in the comments. I'll ask you right now, Dave. Who is your top three performers of all time?
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, maybe this is a controversial one, man, but probably Kanye West, man. I love Kanye. It's kind of a, you know, sometimes it's hard to love Kanye, man, but I love Kanye West.
No doubt.
So I'll go with him. I guess I don't know if all time, but some other guys that I'm listening to really liked Lil Yachty and his last album that he put out. That was really great. Um, and then I'll go with different genre. Um, I like
We're
Beach House,
talking
man.
performers now. We're talking guys in the category of Michael Jackson,
Wow, man, well, Michael
MC
Jackson, of
Hammer,
course. What about
and
Snoop Dogg?
Franklin. All right, Snoop Dogg. Okay, Snoop Dogg. Who you say? Snoop Dogg, Lil Yachty. Who's your other one?
Uh, Yeah, I like Beach House, man. I don't know if you ever listen to Beach
That's at
House,
the beach
man.
house for sure. I love Snoop too, but I think what Coach Prime was trying to say was like performance, dog.
Yes,
On a performance. So,
Prince. I like
uh,
the Prince mention.
so he said something then. I really couldn't argue with that, other than I wouldn't put Kurt Franklin for mine. Personally, I like Kurt Franklin. That song Stump will get you up. I don't care where you're at in this world. If you hear that song, Stump, and you got a little bit of some gospel in you, I don't care. They say gospel music has gone too far. But
Yeah, James
like
Brown, I
that.
see mentioned in here. I love that.
Yeah, for sure. James Brown. So I'm gonna go, of course, Michael Jackson. Um, I like him saying MC Hammer. MC Hammer was dope. Uh, I'm gonna go. Whew, it's a lot of them out there. Maybe I could look in the comments and get some, but I was about to
But
say
if you're
five
talking about performance, you could do
performance.
acting as well as music. Those are different types of performance. Of course, you got to think Tupac.
Tupac, Doggy Dog, Jay Z, as you talking about rappers and stuff. But it's a long list of guys: Chris Brown, Beyonce, yeah, Michael Jackson for sure, Sammy Davis Jr. and all. Hammer had 100 people on stage. I like that though. Busta Rhymes is a real performer. You know, break your neck. They used to call me Busta Rhymes when I was in Austria and I had my dreads. I used to walk through the parties and they used to Busta Rhymes, Busta Rhymes. Like, no, I'm not no Busta Rhymes, but I will be Busta Rhymes if I need to be Busta Rhymes. But anyways,
Dave Chappelle, different
Dave,
type of
what's up?
different type of performing, man. But I love Dave Chappelle.
But all right. So I appreciate you guys. Put them oh yeah, DMX is one also.
Mm-hmm.
So put your top performers in there. Y'all know we talk about everything on the board, but we will get into this Buffs football. As we say right here, I'll bring to the stage this ticket holder reminders that came through. There you go. If you guys holding any tickets, that's something for you guys to check out and to listen in on. An update that came through for your ticket holders out there. Check that out. Get that info in. Main campus public parking is very limited and will fill each game. Gates open 120 minutes prior to kickoff. All right. All ticket holders must sit in their ticketed seats. Folsom Field complies with all TSA prohibited items lists. So it's just like going through the airports, you can't come through the airport with it. You can't come to Folsom Field with it. So there's no re-entry allowed. You can't go out and come back in. Like, I left some in the car, dog. No, you ain't doing that either. And plan ahead and get to Folsom with plenty of time before kickoff. Don't try to get there late like you coming to a party all late, fashionably late. Oh, I'm about to kill him with this. I'm going to wait till everybody else get there. You're going to end up not getting there and getting in. All right, that's homecoming 2023 Buffs football. Get there early, tailgate, talk to some people, see some friends, slap some hands, frats, sororities, everybody invited. Saturday, November the 4th, 8 p.m. at Folsom Field. Big day. Will you be there?
No, I will not. I'm actually flying home on Saturday afternoon. I'll make it home for the game to watch the game, but I will not be there. I will be at the game next week, though, against Arizona.
Against Arizona. But this week, we got them boys from Oregon State coming in. First off, how you think our team, the Buffs, are bouncing back after a tough loss?
Well, yeah. Let's talk about the positives. Let's start out talking about the positives, Big Dog. Of
All
course,
right.
coming out of the bye week, man, impressed with our defense. With their performance against UCLA, I felt like they were the unit that was keeping us in the game, and they've been obviously taking a ton of criticism, throughout the year. And they gave a really darn good performance, for the Buffs last week. What do we have? 4 takeaways, something like that.
Yep.
And man, yeah, I was just very impressed. Of course, when you're on the field after so many 3-and-outs, sometimes things break loose, man. But overall, I loved seeing how this defense responded after the bye week, after that collapse against Stanford, where we were just tripping over ourselves. I think we only had one too many men on the field instance, which was a lot less than the previous week. So we're seeing improvement in that area. And yeah, I guess that's kind of like as a unit, still wasn't really happy with special teams. With some individual performances, though, I was, it was nice to see Caleb Mathis get on the field, get a couple catches,
And turn that
and all
thing
that.
to get the first down too. Put his head down and get a
Yeah,
first.
yeah.
Look a bit
And
Caleb
I
out there, Kingpin.
say what?
I said, look a bit Caleb out there, Kingpin, putting his
Yeah.
getting the first down.
Yeah, and that was one of the things I was wrong on this year, was that I didn't think that he'd see the field this year, but he's a quick guy. He's got some great agility, and he's not scared to get physical, even with a smaller frame. So I love that. And then you put it up here, man. Jordan Dominic played a wonderful game last weekend as well, and I feel like he's kind of becoming, or I guess he kind of already has, but solidifying himself as the leader of this front seven. I forget, are we going to get him next year, or is he gone after this season? Do you know?
Yeah, I think Dominic is gone after this season. If not, I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think he's done. I could check up on that though. If anybody can check up on that before I can, let me know. Let me see here. I'm looking
But I'll
at this.
tell you,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
as you're looking that up, man, I think another positive that we've had, coming out of the bye week, of course, it doesn't have directly to do with the team on the field, but we're still getting a lot of momentum and steam when it comes to recruiting these guys for the 24 and 25 classes. Of course, Jordan Seaton, he's going to be here this weekend. Apparently, it was announced that he's coming out here for his official visit, and we're flying the whole family out. So if that doesn't tell you how important, how serious this is reportedly the first time we've had a full family come out here. That's just the report. So we'll have to see if that, ends up happening or not. But I don't think that we've connected or had a chance to do a show since Antoine Hill committed as well. So I think we're definitely building things in the right direction. And it's nice to see us getting this momentum, even when, we're coming off of some losses. So, what are your thoughts, Big Dog, on our performance this past week and everything else that we got going on with the program right now?
Well, let me see. I can pull back up I'll pull up the stats once again. As it says, Colorado, we had total 242 yards to there. Let me add that to the stage so everybody can see it. 242 yards to their 487 total yards. Passing yards, 217. 25 total rushing yards for us. 7 penalties for 60 yards. Time of
I got a
possession.
question though, Big Dog. How much do you think we would be rushing for if it didn't account for the sack yardage?
Well, Shador, I think it was like minus 30 yards. Yeah,
Okay, it's still not much then.
Yeah, still not much at all. Not at all. We didn't have much. I think Alto was really the leader with 14 yards on the day. So just go to look at that. That game wasn't what we wanted. Getting 4 turnovers and not being able to capitalize on that like we should.
Oh man,
I mean, if anybody tell you that we're going to have 4 turnovers, right?
I would have been putting $1,000 down on Buffs to win, man.
We can win that game. We will be winning that game for with 4 turnovers, but that wasn't the case. And I think that all in all, the offense just didn't showcase. I think the offense got exposed for what it seems to be what they will be for the rest of the season. Hopefully not. I think they can step up and find a way to change it, but I'm sure everybody is thinking this is the offense. This is what they're going to be. We're going to put some pressure on them for the rest of the season. So on our end, I think we need to be finding a way. I say this every week, find a way to protect Shador Sanders the best way possible. We got the best player in the country, and we can't find a way to protect him properly. You can see how tough he is back there taking those licks. How long can that sustain, though? We don't want to find out. We want to protect. We want to protect 27 completions. He can't be getting hurried 27 times, basically like he was last game. So I'm looking for a much improved offensive line. They got to find a combination to work together that'll be able to stay 5 across and not be giving up those gaps on that offensive line and just letting people come through and hit Shador. Like, come on, man. But at the same time, a guy like Big Seaton is his name from IMG coming through with his whole family, 5-star recruit at left tackle. He should be seeing this like, man, I'm gonna come in hey, Shador, I'm coming, dog. And then after you leave, we got the 5-star Hill coming through. He's like Lamar Jackson or Shador Sanders also put together. He's going to be coming through. So if I'm a big offensive tackle, I'm ready to go, dog. I'm ready to come in here and protect and play with Coach Prime. Play for Coach Prime and the whole staff out there in Colorado and do my thing. And I'm going to go and recruit other guys too. As I'm coming in, I want them to come with me. That's how.
No doubt. No doubt. Yeah, this is a big weekend for this. And I hope Jordan gets the idea, man, that that he's the savior to this offensive line. Of course, it's a 5-man unit. One guy isn't going to change everything, but he's going to help set the standard. And that's what we need right now. I think, man, just the thing that had me, flipping over to watching, baseball in the second half, which Big Dog, man, I hate baseball, man. I hate baseball. Like things got to be going bad if I am considering watching baseball. But in that second half, man, it was just so painful to see Shador continue to get hit on every drop back. Sometimes, man, not even getting into his full, drop back after taking the snap, man, already having to evade guys. I'm curious, having played professional, having played college, what were you seeing, man? Because what I was seeing, man, is like, I mean, as a keyboard coach, I've said this on my show earlier this week. I was like, man, I want to see Wilty. I want to see this guy. I want to see Kareem Harden out there, man. I want to see all these guys. And man, we no matter who we put, man, it's like we couldn't even get hands on the guys.
Yeah, we
Um,
all these
yeah,
guys we wanted to see, but you know, I think more than less than it just being on the individual. I
yeah,
think on because, like I said before, the offensive line is one of the most cohesive groups on the team, or has to be one of the most cohesive groups on the team. And if they're not, then they'll be exposed like we've been exposed. But I don't think that it's like simply individual saying that. I think that is it's like chemistry. Like you playing
yeah.
2K, NBA 2K, it says chemistry at the bottom of the screen, right? And if your chemistry is low, you're not going to probably win those games that you simulate. So
nah, we
have
were glitching.
right, you got to have chemistry to where when he says something, I know when he says it or how he says it, what he means by it, how he's going to point, how he's going to communicate this blitz to me. How can we identify the blitz and be on the same page when we make the correct calls in such like that? That's some key stuff when playing on the offensive line, and I'm looking for us to improve on that a lot coming up in this next game than what we've done. Because, like I said, the personnel that we're looking at right now, having on the offensive line, the main thing is getting them together and knowing that they know how to communicate well together, so they could play as one, because they have to play as one on that offensive line unit.
Yes. And that's what worries me, man, going into this matchup against Oregon State. I don't know if their front seven is exactly as quick or as fast um, or as menacing as UCLA or Oregon's front seven is, but um, it's got me nervous. But like we got to communicate better. We got to get hands on guys. If we can do that, if we can take a step forward in that direction and block more similarly to how we have for different opponents that we've had earlier in the year, I think we got a chance, man. But we're not going to have a path if Shador's getting hit 25 times again. This weekend, we really got to sure that up. But man, we got a lot of guys coming to visit, like you're pulling up here. It's important that we put out a good show.
Right. It's important that we put out a good show to where these guys can look and say, I can imagine myself being on the field and helping this team get better. All they need is me. They got to have that feeling like that. Colorado visits for this weekend, November 4th, will be Jordan Seaton, the 5-star offensive tackle, ranked number 15 in the nation. Draylon Miller, 4-star wide receiver. Nasir Johnson, he's committed to the Florida Gators, defensive lineman. 4-star King Joseph Edwards, 4-star.
Love that name.
Love that name also. Elijah Melendez, 4-star wide receiver, and LaMason Waller, linebacker, 4 stars also. These guys will be visiting, coming to Colorado. Shouts out to Recruits Colorado. The visit list for this Saturday headlined by 5-star offensive tackle Jordan Seaton. A lot of big targets going to be popping out. Let's show them some love. This list may continue to grow, so stay tuned. But how we feel about this list so far, also share them and show them some love in the comments. One of the guys who make these graphics, I think this is his page right here. I think he might have made this graphic, but he looks like this. But he said, get ready for a lot of recruits to be committing to Colorado. And he's the guy that makes the graphics for them. And I made some graphics for some guys this past year, so I know how that works. The guy, the recruit will usually hit you up and say, hey, man, can you make some graphics for me? And you're like, okay, yeah,
Love
sure.
it.
And what do you need? Well, I need a recruitment saying that, I'm committed to, or these are my top 4 schools or whatever. So usually the graphic guys will get the news first, and he popped out and said, get ready for some big guys to come to Colorado. I'm looking forward
go.
for a show. So speaking of that, let's get to some of these comments and answer some questions right quick. We won't be on too long. Shouts out to everybody up in here. We got like 200 people on this side
Let's go.
checking in. The comments going crazy. Shouts out and now to my people out there. Shantae, Michelle, now to you. Chris E. Lady T is my name. Tremaine Young, L. Cone, Reverb. What's that? Reverend BJ Nelson. All
Yes.
right.
Reverend BJ Nelson. Yes.
Let me get it right. Tremaine Young, Indian Carter, my Brian Lips, Stank Mouth up in here. After the game, everybody, Giggity, Chris E. Now to everybody up in here, man. So get in the comments. Let us know what y'all think. Leave some comments and some questions. Let me see what this said. I went to a PWI, but our football team was national champs. So them white boys were flipping cars that was painted in the colors and logo of the school we were playing for the homecoming game. Brian Lips, all right. I'm just reading the comments now. They put them in here. Sometimes I don't read through. I need to be screening them first rather than just post it on there.
I don't know if any of us will be flipping cars out in Boulder this weekend, but we should be having a good time, man. But be prepared to smell, a large amount of Colorado green this Saturday evening at Folsom. That will definitely be
What's so
there
special about this Saturday? Why this Saturday?
because it's homecoming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I knew that. But other than that, I thought it was like, is
some sort of stoner holiday. Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe I was missing out on one.
but man, we turn up for those night games, man. For the most part,
I can imagine everybody's coming back home to the old stomping grounds. They're like, man, they feel at home. They feel like it's like the big man on campus once again. Like, man, I used to do it right here all the time. I'm finna fire it up right here, and so they just go ahead and partake wherever.
oh yeah.
RC said, "Hey Chico, I went to Hampton University and our homecoming was lit. Just checking in from Maryland. Shouts out to Maryland and HU and the real HU and whichever one you represent, Hampton. I know Howard got something to say about it. My sister went to Hampton, hosted long drives. What up, Chico? My MJ checking in. Don't get cooked today." The thing about Dave and I, we talk the game. We don't really go back and forth like Coach Hayes. You know what I'm saying? Coach Hayes gonna always say something out of left field that's gonna make you think, and then we're gonna have to get into it. We're gonna get into it. So, hey,
man, we just talk the game, man.
I got a question. Shouts out to 6-0 Academy and the former Buff Big Matt McChesney. He was on DNVR and also he has his own shows that he does. And he was talking and he was saying, shouts out to Coach Prime also. That's another, we'll get to it. But he was talking, saying that Coach Prime reached out to him after the game, or at least they had a meeting or whatever and they talked. But then the question was, if Coach Prime was to reach out to you, would you come and either coach, be a consultant, analyst, or just help out the guys, or just continue doing what you're doing? He was like, hell yeah, I'll do it. I'll bend over backwards if Coach Prime asks me. I'm here, But like he said, I have respect for Coach O'Boyle, Coach Nick Williams, and all those guys who's coaching right now. So I'm not here to, step on toes or say that they're not doing a good job. But however I can help and lend my expertise, he definitely
I'll
will.
say it, man. We need him in that O-line coaching room, man. I want him over there, man. He understands the tradition. He's got that fire, man. And he's playing the NFL, man. He's playing the NFL. He understands what it takes, man. He understands what it takes.
I understand what it takes. And I know what it takes right now for us to improve is to be able to pick up those blitzes. And the way he breaks it down to you, if you can't get it, then, we might have to do what Coach Prime says and replace you, because he's breaking it down to the bone gristle, let you know, hey, man, it's basically counting. Identify the middle. The most
Thank you. Can you count to 5?
Most dangerous guy, and you guys are just off of that. But just as simple as that is just as hard also if you're not in communication with one another, if you're not in sync with one another, if you're not like this, if you got one guy off and leaving that gap open, that's all it takes for Shedeur to take another lick and you guys to be, talked about as being not so good offensive line rather than working together.
That is why Big Dog. I've talked about this on my channel for a little bit. It gets me pumped up, okay? But it's like I did not like the comments about how, outside of one player, outside of Bailey, who's like everybody understands is a little undersized for this level. We have the size. In my opinion, we got the strength. When it comes to this miscommunication, or it's like we're doing too much thinking rather than reacting while these defensive linemen are just running past us. That's why I think this has to do with communication. It has to do more with coaching. I think we got fine athletes to have an average offensive line right now. I'm not saying that this is an elite group of guys right now, but like the fact that we've had guys transfer out from this school that were on a terrible offensive line last year, and you've seen them become starters at like fantastic programs like FSU. We have a transfer over there that's starting on that line right now. That's why I think like there needs to be some changes with how we're coaching the unit. That's how I feel about it. But again, I'm here talking about this in my grandma's bedroom. It's easier for me to say. It's easier for me to say this. But it's just my intuition. Can we identify the linebacker, and then can we understand our assignments after that? I feel like we have regressed. This has been the one position group where we've regressed this year. When it comes to this.
Well,
So sorry, not the best news, man, but that's just my 2 cents.
Right, that's cool. But the thing is, thinking positively, we have to. We can't go into the game and do the same thing and have that same repeat performance. So you have to get better. And you guys should be in that film room, and guys should have a mindset change, because I think that's probably as big as anything. Having a mindset change of saying, I'm not just here to protect Shador. I got to protect my integrity. I got to protect my pride. I got to protect my dignity. You know what I'm saying? I got to protect my family name. They're not going to be talking about Shador's getting hit and looking down on the offensive line, and I play offensive line. What? No, we're doing everything we can. We meeting together after practice, during practice, and we're talking. We're getting much better around each other as far as getting to know each other better. We're becoming brothers now, linked and joined at the hip, because that's the only way we're going to be better and protect Shador Sanders.
Yes. We got nowhere to go but up. We have nowhere to go but up after this past week. And we got to put on a show for these recruits we got. I'm sure there's going to be celebrities, on the sideline again at this game. We cannot put out a bad showing with celebrities on the sideline. Come on, we got to bring it.
It's homecoming, though. Homecoming, and everybody's going to be there. People who played before, people who went to school there. Everybody's coming back. It's homecoming, dog. I don't know. I know how it is at HBCUs. I know how it is in high schools. I know how it is at the school I went to. I can only imagine it being how it's going to be at Colorado with all the hype around it, Coach Prime around it. Here's an excuse to go back 3, 4, 2, 10 times over to go back. It's homecoming. I'm going to see some people, and Coach Prime is our coach, and we're on everybody's radar right now. I got to show up and show out. I'm coming to homecoming. I'm getting me some good barbecue out there at the tailgate. Everybody should be thinking that way. I know it is.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And we got all day. We got all day to celebrate because this is an 8 p.m. kickoff.
8 p.m.
Good Lord,
kickoff.
Man.
Goodness gracious.
We're going to stay up late.
Out there early. Go get some sleep early Friday. Go to sleep early, like prime time. Like Coach Prime said, he's sleeping dang near at 7, 8 o'clock. Y'all need to be sleep around that time so you can get up at 4:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. Go ahead and get out there, beat the traffic. You might have to get out there before that. Beat the traffic, have your grills hooked up, and get the smoking.
Yeah.
Talking about smoke the meat. Get the smoke. Hey. Well, you can partake too. Get the smoking on and get the going on, get the drinking going on.
All the kind of smoking, man. It's all welcome, man, in Colorado, man. Just get out there, have a good time. If you get to campus a little late, can't find a spot on campus, there's some lots down South Broadway that are a little cheaper. Just got to walk a little bit far. That's where I normally park. But
everybody going to be getting their hustle on. If you got a yard nearby, they're going to be selling parking spots in the yard. Park here, $20. I watch your car. I will watch your car the whole game.
Yeah, but I gotta say, Big Dog. Like, some people have been saying like this offensive line has no pride or anything like that. Nah, man, they are better than what they've shown. Are they going to turn the corner before this year ends? We're just gonna have to see, man. But I don't believe that this line is filled with bad players. I think these guys are talented players. They just got to figure out some of this stuff, man, with the communication and all of that. Maybe we turn a corner this week when you got Kirk Franklin coming here trying to hype you up. I mean, how can you not play better? Right? Right?
Kirk Franklin come up in there and give you a blessing. Yes, sir. Give you a blessing.
Yeah.
And know that he's here for you guys and he's watching you guys. He's behind you guys. He's gonna do a song with Shador. You guys should be hyped up and ready to go, man. Shout out to Kirk Franklin doing his thing, the legendary Kirk Franklin. If y'all
And if we get that win this week, everyone's going to be talking about how much better this offensive line played.
That's gonna have to be. That's gonna have to be what happens.
Like, do they want to be the heroes?
Right. If not, then I think it could be a long game. But shouts out to DJU, who's the quarterback for Oregon State, coming over from Clemson. He has completed 122 out of 206 attempts on the year. Let me see if I can pull this up for you guys. I can show it to you, and that way you can look at it also. As we're getting the comments coming in, let us know where y'all checking in from. Put your cities in the comments one time. Run them up one good time while you're up in here. Put the cities in the comments. We're going to make sure we give some shots out. But 122 out of 206 for 1,791 passing yards on the season, 59% completion. That's DJ. I'm not even going to try to butcher his name. I could try.
DJ, you better turn it over a lot this week. That's what I.
DJ who could play and turn it over a lot this week. 17 touchdowns thrown, 4 interceptions. He's only been sacked 7 times. Damn, that's one game for us.
Man, we need Aaron Walker to step up, man. We need Jordan Dominic to get his thing going again. We need that Clemson version of DJU to show up, man. We need to be forcing those turnovers. Is Shiloh going to miss the first half because of that dumb targeting call?
Good question. Is that how the rules go? Right, they're going to have to from where he got kicked out at. That's where he can come back in, starting there for the next game.
Dude,
correct?
That was the dumbest thing, man. That was the dumbest thing. Those refs sucked. They wouldn't have made a difference, I don't think, in the game, like if we would have won or lost or anything like that. But, they were terrible as usual.
I think it could have. You never know. But at the same time, Shiloh has made hits like that all throughout the season. And if you look at the picture I posted where it slowed down and you just see the pictures, basically, you will see that the man led with his shoulder and his helmet grazed the chin, the face mask of the other person. It wasn't like the other hit that the dude Kamara put on Shador Sanders. But comparing the stats right here, though, look at this. DJ was sacked 7 times compared to Shador's been sacked 41 times out of 346 attempts.
Dude, that is ridiculous. How is he still standing?
And my gosh, that is unbelievable. But he has 154.4 rating. DJ has 155.6 rating with the 4 interceptions and the 17 touchdowns. Shador has 22 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. I wonder how that works, how his rating is higher, but Shador has higher yardage, more completions, higher completion percentage. Let me see, average 7.6 for Shador, 8.7 for DJU. I don't know how that really is compiled, but
I just realized I said I hate baseball and I'm wearing a Toronto Blue Jays shirt. It's because I went to Toronto once.
Shouts out to Joe Carter in Toronto, Francisco Cabrera. What was my other guy who played with Toronto Blue Jays back in the day? God, goodness gracious. Shouts out to the Montreal Expos too, but the Toronto Blue Jays, Julio Franco, my
Dude,
guy.
that guy played till he was like 50, right?
Yeah, there you go. Julio Franco. Yep.
Yeah, see, I used to watch baseball when they all did steroids, man. But man, got rid of the steroids, man. Got rid of my viewership.
Got rid of the steroids, got rid of a
Yeah,
lot of
man.
fans. Didn't
Yeah, like baseball is really, man, the only sport that like I'm totally okay with like cheating as much as you can because like baseball, man, the whole history of it is cheating, man. Like
and you're
that's
not
my
gonna
whole
really
thing, man.
hurt anybody else. You're gonna hurt the ball probably, but like
Yeah.
I don't think you're gonna hurt anybody else.
I don't know, man. I had all these Barry Bonds cards. I'm sorry, man. I'm getting sidetracked here, But
Oh,
yeah,
good. Baseball,
all my heroes, none of them are in the Hall of Fame.
man. Baseball used to be my sport. I know we get off subject, but that's what we do here on the Dog and Dave show. We talk about any and everything. We talk about food, sports, women, girls, aunties, cousins, kids, dogs, cats, in a good
Grandma.
way. In a good way. But
But Big Dog, I got another thing I just want to say, man.
yeah,
It, with Coach Prime, having or when you were talking about Matt McChesney, like being asked, like, hey, if Coach Prime asked you to come do this, that, would you do it? Whatever. Here's the thing, man. If we're talking about sign stealing, man, if we're talking about we need to scout the other sidelines, Michigan, man, they got sloppy. They got sloppy having a staff member go and do this. What I'm saying, man, get me out to the games, man. Get me out to the games. I will give the scouting reports on what I see from the sidelines, man. But I guess now that I'm putting it out on YouTube, man, it might come back to me. But that's where they got sloppy, man. Using real staff members for all that. Are you serious, man? Sloppy,
yeah.
sloppy.
So basically, they had a staff member dress up in the
Central
opposing
Michigan.
outfit or swag, what I mean, logos and stuff, clothing, and stand on their sideline as if they were a part of the team. And then they got caught. They didn't even do all he did was put on a hat, a shirt, and some shades. And now I wonder what they were doing, just listening in, or what are you gonna really steal on the sideline at that point? Like, what signs are you gonna steal at that point?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out, Big Dog. It's like you can know their signs, I guess, but don't they switch up like the different logos that they're putting on the little posters, on the side, like all that, man? Don't they switch that up throughout the year?
You would have to know what that is. You will have to know. You have to know what it is. Relay it. Tell them how to stop it, and then go out there and stop it. Like, that's the craziest thing I've probably ever seen in stealing or anything of that nature in football. Michigan staffer at center of sign stealing scandal believed to be mystery man on Central Michigan sideline. What? Central Michigan is investigating photos of a man who resembles Michigan staff member Connor Stallions on his sideline from the team's opener against Michigan State September 1st. Stallions has been the focal point of an ongoing sign stealing investigation into the Wolverines football program, and photos from the game's broadcast have emerged showing someone many believers resemble Stallions on Central Michigan sidelines. The photos circulated Monday showing the man believed to be Stallions wearing Chippewa's gear and a gray shirt with the CMU logo and a maroon hat while standing near coaches on the sideline. That's crazy as heck. Look at this.
The guy showed up looking like this, man. And what is so impressive, Big Dog, is that he must have either stolen a sideline pass or like made a counterfeit one. How impressive is that? Because they asked Jim McElwain earlier this week. They're like, did you know this guy was on campus or on the sideline? The guy's like, I've never seen that guy. I had no idea what he was doing here. Our security team has no idea what he was doing on the sideline. I mean, again, it's cheating, man. But you got to give the man his props. This guy got onto a sideline that he didn't belong to so he could scout one of their future opponents. You got to give the man props.
You're saying you don't think it was sent by the coach. You think it was just a guy doing a renegade doing it by himself.
Oh no, definitely sent by the coach. Absolutely.
Okay.
But it's impressive that he was able to still do it. Like because I mean, this is like a CIA, FBI, secret mission type of thing that he's being assigned to. This isn't just what he's done at some of the other games, just showing up, in the stands, videotaping. Nah, this man got on the sideline of a team where he didn't know anybody's name. That is impressive.
That really is. Like, how you gonna play it off when somebody say something to you or whatever?
Like, if I'm the CIA, man, like, I want Connor Stallions, man. Connor Stallions doesn't even worry about a career in football anymore, man. Get this guy working for the CIA. Get him working for the government. Have him over, in some other country doing secret agent stuff. All that stuff. You are above football now with pulling something like this off.
Here we go, Travis. Shouts out to Travis saying, yeah, the more completely recovered, he should be better than Woods. Laugh out loud. I like Woods, but come on, man. Yeah, I want to see a lot more Demore Kennedy also. We've been calling for him since he's been totally healthy. We've been seeing him on special teams a lot. Alan, I really don't know, to be honest, but I love Jordan Dominic. Kid is the elite edge rusher. I feel that D-Mac is a liability in the running downs. To be honest, I like Smalls, but they never play him. I like that too, Tremaine Young. I think D-Mac is more of a pass rusher. Not a guy should be on rundowns as much as I see him on rundowns in the goal line type situations. I think there are a couple of guys that's bigger than him that y'all can put out there that might play the run a little bit better. That can put him there. Not saying that, he can't play the run, but there's some people that specialize in that on that roster and maybe a few pounds heavier too, that can probably produce more. Why not try things now? But they did. The defense as a whole showed up a lot better last game, so shouts out to them. Hopefully we'll see Bishop more this game also.
Dude, yes, we need him. He was out last week, right? Because of injury still?
I think he was out last couple of weeks. Not 100% sure what the injury is or how or why. But, Pro Sports Guy said at this point, I wouldn't care who missed practice or arrived late at meetings. That means that you're going to change your standard, dog. Then you're going to lose the team. But I'll go ahead and read the rest of this. Prime should play the best players to win the game. The NFL does it all the time. Their players get fined and still play. That's the difference on the NFL and college.
Totally. You're making more than the coaches.
And you making your point yourself, And I would care throughout the whole season who missed practice and who didn't make the practice, because as soon as they stop doing that, they're showing disrespect. You're going to lose your team. Once one do it, somebody else is going to do it, and then now you going down the drain. Next thing you know, you're getting fired. That ain't going to happen on Coach Prime's watch, I don't think. He's going to continue to weed out the ones who doesn't need to be there. This is an ongoing process, dog. So y'all go ahead and get ready for the ride. This is an ongoing process. This is not something that, we were supposed to go 10-0 this year. Although we came into it looking to win every ball game, is not something that was likely given the facts and the way that we had to construct the team and the time doing so.
No doubt.
All right, man. It's game
Big
up.
Dog.
What you got?
I want to comment on this too. I saw this like a little bit ago, but people asking, hey, is this season a wrap? Are we just already focused on next year? No. We got a bowl game to get to, man. We got to win 2 more games. We got a bowl game to get to. You guys do not understand. I was asking my friend today, who's a big USC fan, USC, whatever. I said, who do you want to play in the bowl game? He said, dude, I don't care. I said, well, that's probably because you've been in bowl games every year. I care. We got to make it, man. It would be a perfect way to cap off Coach Prime's first year, man.
Yeah, I would really hate to go to bowl season and be watching. Everybody would be hating to go to bowl season, but look, they would hate to go to bowl season and be watching, and there's no Colorado and Coach Prime, dog.
Man, we need this, man.
They just put them because we want to watch them play. We don't want to watch, such and such team who won 6 games, but no name university out of Western Middle State. We don't care. We'll put a 4-win Colorado team on. We'll take it. We'll watch.
That's all I want for Christmas, man. Is see you in a bowl. That's why, man. Kirk Franklin, man, he's got to anoint this entire offensive line with anointing oil this week, man, before we go into this matchup, because we got to go get this win, man. Everybody's got to play. I don't know, man. We got to play like gods, man. We got to play out of our freaking minds, man. We can get there. We still haven't scratched the surface, man, with the potential of this team.
Definitely can get there. I saw Juju Mitchell really getting his work in, and in the weight room with Coach Moen and his crew. I hope to see him back on the field this week. We got a bunch of athletes, but like I said, it's almost like an AAU team that everybody just wondering who's going to be the closer, who's going to be the shooter, who's going to be the defender, what's our role going to be, and how are we going to accept our role, and everybody really buy into it and believe and accept the roles that they have. You might just be the guy that helps us develop throughout the week by making your plays, and then your time will come at a later date. You just got to stay focused and not be a cancer to the team, and actually be a liability more than you are an asset.
Yeah.
The main thing. No matter what position you're at, there's something you can do to help this squad out and to help improve rather than to get worse, because you're going to do one or the other each and every day. Let me see here. Shouts out to Coach G, Hosea. I'm waiting on next year. They got the core. All we need is O-line and D-line. And the crazy thing
big dog.
Yeah.
Big dog. We get that commitment from Jordan Seaton this weekend, man. Then I'm giving the $100, man, to the NIL program. That's my thing this week. I couldn't do it with special teams, man. Letting that guy do the stanky leg before that place kick, man. That was just embarrassing. It only took one play for me to say, man, they really don't want my money for special teams, do they? But I gave $50 still this week. And if we get that Jordan Seaton commitment, man, I'll be celebrating. That's for sure.
We get that Jordan Seaton commitment. There's a big donation right there from Dave to the 5430 Foundation. Y'all make sure y'all check that out when you get a chance. Let me see. I want the big fella, and I didn't know his name when I first saw his picture, but I did say, and it's the same feeling I had when we signed this big tackle back 20 years ago when I played football. I was a young lad in college, and we had this tackle come. Shouts out to my guy, Big Julius Wilson. He played left tackle, but he came out of Tampa, Florida. And I can't remember the school he came from before then or why he left. But when he showed up and I saw him walking, it's just whether it was honestly whether it was his swag and how he wore his clothes to the way he carried himself. I said, we got us a left tackle. You know what I'm saying? Or we got us an offensive tackle. You could just tell those guys especially the big fellas, you could tell when they are big athletic. They're not just big heavy foot or heavy feet fat guys, that you put on the offensive line and say just go out there because you just fat. No, these are big athletes. I'm not saying that's what we have. I'm talking about, from what I saw back then. You know what I mean? Because, everybody know in high school that you just put the biggest guys on the line just because they're big. They might not be athletic, but, in high school, you just put them on the line. But in college, you want those guys to be big athletes, big bone athletes who can probably dunk a basketball, 6'6", 300 plus pounds, but he could dunk a basketball type athletes is what you're looking for, right? So that's what that guy looked like when I first saw him on his recruiting trip at Colorado. I said, that guy Seaton right there, he looks like an athlete. He looks like he plays more than football, and he can come in and be a immediate left tackle or possible starter for the offensive line right now.
Yeah, we better have those tomahawk steaks ready for Saturday afternoon, man. We got to give him quite the lunch and dinner, man. I'm sure the chefs or head chef, why am I forgetting his name? He'll be on his game.
Shouts out to my dog, Coach. I'll call him Coach. Shouts out to my dog, Chef Carl Solomon. You should see something coming from us real soon. He connected with me over Instagram, of all things. I was like, dang, shouts out to Chef, my dog. And so we got some coming. Probably you'll see in the next couple weeks. said after this week. So yeah, next couple weeks we should have something coming for you guys. So look out for it. Chef Carl Solomon doing his thing, man. I would love to have one of those tomahawk
Are y'all
steaks.
gonna do like a virtual cooking, like cook along, man? Now that's what I'm talking. I want to see your knife skills, big dog.
Man, you don't want to see my knife skills. My knife skills are and my fork skills are like this. No, I'm just playing. I know how to cook well. I know how to cook well. I've been knowing how to cook for the longest. I will be a great sous chef to Chef Carl Solomon. And speaking of that, here's some breaking news for you guys. And here's an announcement for you. If you are in the Boulder area, you got some culinary skills or aspirations, there's an opening for, and it might be filled now because the line should be long, but there's an opening for an internship with Chef Carl Solomon in the kitchen to be able to join his staff because unfortunately, one of the members of the staff that he had on there to learn and everything, he's no longer with them. So
Aw.
yeah, so they have a spot open, which is what he shared with me. So that's out there for you guys right now. If you know somebody who has some culinary skills or maybe a student at CU and they want to go join Chef Carl Solomon, I'm gonna get that right soon. Join Chef Carl Solomon in the kitchen. You can, and that'll be the way to do it right there by having an internship with him. And I call it an internship, but it could quite possibly be a paid position, so don't quote me on that.
It's probably like the Bear, but probably a better working environment, than the Bear. Do you watch the Bear on Hulu?
I don't watch The Bear, but
Oh man,
yeah.
if you like food, man, it's a good show.
All right, I'll check that out. Chico knows how to get cooked, not to cook. David is the Jack in the Box. What? I want a big tight end to join as well. I like that too, Trav. I want a big tight end also. A big Jason Witten type tight end. I want to see a big what do you call a big Penn State, Iowa State tight end or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll take one like the Georgia tight end also. I'll take him too.
Dude,
Tight end
give me 11-inch hands, man. Give me
yeah.
24-inch, thighs, man. We need some thick boys on this offensive line, man, coming in.
But also, I would not downplay my ones that's there right now. I like Eli. I like Caleb, and I love my guy Mikey. Because Mikey reminds me of myself when I played at a certain time when I was coming straight from wide receiver to tight end. I was still thin until I had to bulk up that offseason. But he has a lot of potential, especially coming this offseason. He's made plays this year. Get a scholarship this coming offseason.
No
Get in
doubt.
that weight room hard. Get on some creatine. Get some muscles. Get some protein in you. Eat some peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. You feel what I'm saying? And go in as far as just gaining some muscle. I'll say put about 15 pounds of muscle on him with his pass catching ability and route running skills. He's going to be a dog over that middle, man. Just continuing his career as a buff. I think he has at least 2 seasons left, and he can go on from that, man. I think he can be a pro with his pass catching abilities.
And no doubt, man. I want to see Mikey get that scholarship, man. I'm having a party on my channel, man. May we have a party together, man. When Mikey gets that scholarship, man, we just need to turn up and celebrate for Mikey, man.
For sure. Shouts out to Big Mikey Harrison. Here we go. Let's see. 1,000 yards. How many decades? Not with the current offensive line. We have to be Steven. Oh man.
Yes, man. So sometimes, man, when we're struggling, all you can do is laugh, man. All you can do is laugh.
So yeah, I don't see too many other. Let me see. I got one comment star right here. Shouts out for the super chat, Rick A. Or actually, he's a new member. We got a super chat from Coach G.
Coach G.
G. What's happening? Oh,
Coach G. Day one. Love Coach G. You get our boys coached up on special teams.
Definitely. I was like, oh, that's a good idea. Run jet sweep with Mikey from the tight end spot, like we saw Stanford do also. because Mikey
Oh,
Mikey
man.
faster than that number 84 that Stanford did.
Yeah.
Sure,
I
that
think
would
the
be nice.
Falcons have run some of those too with Kyle Pitts. Yeah.
Right. All right. Real quick, like once again, as far as the Oregon State defense goes, I look at their defensive stats right here. Their team defense. As I'm looking at rushing attempt, offense. Where's my defense, Bob? I know one thing though. Looking back at their schedule, they're 6-2 right now. If you don't know, fourth in the Pac-12. They started the season with the win versus San Jose State, UC Davis, San Diego State. Then they lost to number 21 Washington State. They upset and beat number 10 Utah 21-7, and then beat California 52-40, and
Oh
had
man.
a win versus UCLA, who we just lost to 36-24. They beat them.
Yeah, man.
DJU had 266 passing yards in that game. Martinez had 90 rushing yards. And then they lost after beating UCLA and beating Utah. They lost to Arizona 27-24. What do you think about that? Is that showing how good Arizona is, or that's showing just how the Pac-12 just often beats up on each other? And
Dude,
just because Arizona 5-3 right now. What do you think
man,
about
this conference is tough, man. And this is probably the deepest it's ever been.
right?
As the Pac-12, man. So it does not surprise me. Any given Saturday is definitely the case, with this conference. I mean, you saw Cal come within a point of USC, man. They should have gotten that win. But we got a chance, man. I think, with my professional assessment, Big Dog, is we need everybody on that defensive, offensive line drinking like 10 Red Bulls before the game. If we can do that, if we can do that, I think we'll play with with the right urgency.
Ask
We'll
Dave.
just be there. But I don't know how you get these guys hyped up aside from 10 Red Bulls.
Dave said Red Bulls are the answer. Red Bulls are the answer. Y'all make sure y'all get them Red Bulls in you. I think the Red Bulls make me feel like my heart about to burst, dog. I don't need no Red Bulls. I
That's my
can't.
professional preview, man. We just need to drink the Red Bulls, man. To give them a nice punch,
But
man.
I would be passing on the Red Bulls. But I like. I was about to buy some of these from the store the other day because I saw them, but they were just overpriced out here. I like and they used to give us these back in the day. Then they started selling them to us. That showed you the type of school I went to. But we used to have these Boost, and you see them in the store nowadays. The Boost, the chocolate Boost, or the vanilla Boost, or the strawberry
Oh,
Boost. Like the Insures or something like that. But they
yes.
call it Boost. Man, I used to drink those Boosts. That gets Mikey need to be on those Boost and protein shakes because that'll get you bulked. I'm telling you. I'm sitting here telling you, I was looking like Hulk Hogan, brother. That summer right there, man. Get on those Boosts and those Insures, and you'll be good to go. Watch.
No
Watch.
doubt.
I'm
No
gonna
doubt, man.
get that in you. As we're approaching, man, we're approaching an hour already. I'm looking at the time. Looking at the time, 59
Time's
minutes
flying
right
by.
now. Time is flying. 3:30
We're
out here.
kicking butt in recruiting, man. We're kicking butt. I just gotta say, I love it, man. I love it. The fact that we're recruiting Georgia as strong as we are, man. We're gonna get that King Joseph guy. I
Yeah,
mean, he's gonna be a stud.
I hope
Jordan
so.
Seaton's gonna be a stud. We got that linebacker Waller. We got Crystal Ball from him.
I want to see more offensive linemen jump into the portal. If you're listening out there, if you're looking for a team that you ain't got to worry about the coach, hating. You know what I'm saying? You you want to have a coach that actually been there, that actually done something. You want to have a coach that's going to open doors for you, have your own commercials, and who knows what else. You feel me? You want to block for a known quarterback, a legit quarterback, not somebody who's just penciled in because he's in. You want all these things. You want NIL opportunities. You want the best jerseys in college football right now, helmets and everything to go with it. Social media. You want the Dogg and Dave to be talking about you.
Don't you want your name mentioned right now in Grandma's bedroom? Look at this, man.
To Colorado. That's all I'm saying. Come to Colorado. You feel me? Shouts out to
That's
Sugar.
right.
So that's what it is, man. I appreciate everybody joining in. We at an hour. We're gonna keep it at that mark for right now for sharing purposes and so on. So Dave, go ahead and give a shout out. Let everybody know where they can find you at and how they can find you.
Man, I appreciate you, Big Dog. David Talks Buffs. Love it when you guys tag me on Twitter, on X. Y'all go give me a subscription on YouTube, trying to get to 6,000 by the end of the season. That would be really big. And just appreciate you guys chiming in, man. We just have a lot of fun. We're talking Buffs and just making friends along the way and enjoying it, no matter what's going on through the ups and downs. Thanks, Big Dog.
Word. Appreciate you. Everybody out there, now put an 09 in the chats one time before you get up out of here. Do not leave before you 09 them chats and get your name on the screen. You already know how we do it, man. Reporting live and direct, internationally and nationally, wherever you're checking in from across the world, across the globe. Put it in the comments. Let's run these things up one time. I will make sure I get this theme on for you guys out there because we haven't been playing it in a while. But I'll get it on.
Do it.
And
give me my theme music.
Give me my theme music. It's for everybody who want to run them likes up out there. If you haven't run them likes up, make sure you do. I haven't got it playing on here yet, but I will play it directly to the microphone if need be.
Yeah, there we go.
Nard.
Yeah, that's right. Special team's going to give us an A+ performance this week. It's got to happen eventually. Why not this week, baby?
Why not this week? Let's get it in, baby.
Yes.
Go Dogs. Run them likes up one time for your mind. Server Boy said. Alan Keith, I hope they can do something to protect Shador on Saturday for sure.
That's right. We got Kirk Franklin here, man, anointing that offensive line, man. That's what we need. We got to bounce back, man. We got to respond.
All my people say. Everybody say. All my brothers say. That's that Kirk Franklin right there. Give him that exclusive.
Hey, you don't want me trying that.
Give them that exclusive of Grandma's bedroom. They said, Dave, shouts out to Grandma's bedroom doing your thing out there in San Antonio, Texas.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, let me know if you're in San Antonio. Let me know where you get those lengua tacos at. You like lengua, Big Dog?
I like all type of tacos. As long as it's not the, what is it, the pork tacos? No, I don't like the pork tacos, but I'll take it. Run them likes.
Oh, man. I like lengua, dude. It's cow tongue, man. It's good, though.
Cow tongue?
Hell yeah.
Man.
Yeah. If I told you to eat it and you ate it, you'd say, that's great. And I'd say, great, man. It's cow tongue. Man. You won't even know. You won't even know.
Cow tongue? Yeah, you'll have to chop the thing up in little bitty pieces, put it in some rice with some gravy, and then I'll eat some cow tongue. You feel me? Give me some cornbread and something like that, and it's going down in a major way. But right now, look at Palm Tree Cabin and J-Dot talking about it's fire.
Yeah, see, J-Dot knows.
Man, please. Give me your predictions right now, real quick. Prediction for this week's game, what it is. You're getting up out of here.
It's got to be Buffs win, baby. Buffs win 30-18, baby. That's a weird number, but I just feel it.
Oh, here's the thing. I think we can get some picks from DJU. He could throw some picks. We can replicate that 4 turnover game last week. If we can do that, I think our offense will find a way to put points on the board. The offensive line will come out motivated and enthused to really be on the same page and protect Shador Sanders, and we'll go from there. We get a big win. We'll be 5 wins at that point, and then we'll find a way to get 6 and get bowl eligible some way.
Yes,
and we getting some money, baby. So
let's take care of that in this homestand, man. Two straight games at home.
2 straight games at home. Leave a like, subscribe, comment, all the other good stuff. We up and about this thing. Dog and Dave. Peace in the Middle East. Yeah.